truth now must be in the head and the heart of those willing to accept the challenge to go forward with truth until the opposition to truth is finally and utterly vanquished or destroyed. Well, who is the opponent? Naturally, if you're going to fight somebody, you want to know who is the opponent. In a physical boxing match, you send out your scout, and your scout will go into the training area of your opponent to check him out to see his weaknesses and strengths. Or we'll look at his fight films to see where he's weak, where he's strong. Why? Because if you know your enemy's weakness, then your job is to capitalize on your enemy's weakness. Why does the enemy send agents in among us? He wants to determine what? Your weakness. Where are you weak? Because that's where the enemy is going to strike. Whether it's on a personal level or a national level, the enemy can only come in where you are weak. So words are used by the enemy to probe you to see where you're weak. Because wherever you are weak, conversation will bring it out. So the enemy is in here, posing as an MGT, posing as an FOI, and their job is to listen to you. What did you think of the meeting last night? And you got to be careful how you answer now. You see what the minister did? Shahid's a good brother. See how the minister dogged him. Now, when a man talk like that, you say, whoa, what am I dealing with here? You know what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a hypocrite. Yes, sir. Yes, you are. Because if he can't take that spanking, what are you going to do when God comes? Yes, sir. See, we in the day of judgment. And if you can't take a whipping from a servant of God, what are you going to do when God starts kicking? Why do I say that? Conversation is what exposes your weakness and your strength. And people who are wise know how to read you. Sometimes you don't even have to talk. They just have to be in your company and study you. Study your body language. Study your facial expressions. Maybe throw a word out that looks like it's innocuous or harmless to see if it can get a rise out of you. Go ahead. So that they can locate where you are on the scale of strength. Go ahead. Yes, sir. Right.
Peace. Why does the enemy send agents into black organizations, and in particular, the Nation of Islam? But it's not just the Nation of Islam. It has been every black organization that has established themselves. Just the Nation of Islam has really been the only one to return to its former glory. In respect.
I have a even better question. Why is it that blacks don't infiltrate white organizations? There was actually a movie out where they had a I don't know if you guys saw it. It was about, gosh, I'm getting old. This might have been about 10 to 15 years ago, I guess, where they had a black guy. This is a true story. He actually infiltrated the Ku Klux Klan. He was a police officer. He was a black guy, but he disguised himself as a white man on the phone. And, he was able to take down a certain sect of the Ku Klux Klan. And to me, obviously, neither side should be doing it. Right? Neither side should have to do it, because there shouldn't have to be groups set up based on race. But since that's the case, I mean, like, when are we going to get on our P's and Q's? You know what I'm saying? It's like the same thing that's going on in Africa. Like, when the fuck are all of those people going to get a fucking nuclear weapon? Because I'm going to tell you what, that whole continent is sitting over there with the legs open. And as soon as, the white man decides to come in there and take it over, it's took. Where's the Air Force over there? Where's the African Navy and shit? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, why can't we get our shit together instead of pointing out all the time how the white man has his shit together? And we don't like the way he has his shit together. When are we gonna get our shit together? I'm gonna tell you something that a lot of people don't want to hear. If we don't change, we never ever will. Period. You keep waiting on some shit to happen. You keep waiting on white people to give up power. Okay? You keep on waiting on that shit.